In this module, we'll be talking about page speed and optimization of our website. So as you know, Google is giving importance to page speed from past few years. So if you see a Moz report or a blog post, here they clearly indicate that page speed is one of the ranking factor for Google algorithm. So before moving to any further lecture, we need to understand that what is the reason why our page is slow or our website is slow or they have some speed issue. So there are few points that are common for almost all the website and they can be for your website also. So if you are working on a client based project, if you are working for some company, you should firstly check these points for your website or that particular company website. So the first clear important point is your host. So on which hosting platform your website is working. So if your website is on SSD hosting or HDD hosting, that clearly depend. Also how much RAM you are using or what is the disk space that you are allowed to use. What is the physical size of your files of your particular website. If you are hosting too many images, if you are hosting too many JavaScript, that also depend. So your hosting platform is one of the most important factor while working with your website or page speed of your website. The second important factor is the embedded media. It can be either a big YouTube video or it can be either some heavy video from Vimeo or any other platform. It can be some JavaScript animation or it can be a flash animated something. So you can understand. So if you're using some external media, it can be from Facebook video, it can be some YouTube plugin or something like that. So that actually cause a lot of JavaScript burden. So if you're using a different comment section like some discuss comment, or if you have some widgets for social media, social sharing, so that can cause this problem. The next thing is too much advertisement. So as you know, people like blog owners or even mainstream website owners have too many ads. It is suggested to have 3 or maximum 4 ads to make your website optimize. So I would suggest you to go with 3-4 ads and try to get 2-3 text ad and 1 or 2 big banner ad. Since if you have 4, 5, 6 ads that involve lot of graphics, your website is going to be slow because nowadays advertisements are with high graphics, advertisements which have good animation, they have videos and lot more things. So you can expect a good amount of JavaScript loading on your website. Next thing is external widgets or even your WordPress widgets. If you are working with some other CMS or any other language other than PHP, you are working with Node.js or you are working with Python. So there are libraries that are external libraries. You have too many libraries on your disk installed and that create a problem. You need to focus on that also. The next thing is you are not focusing for particular browser. So if you are working with Chrome and Firefox, that okay. But like some website owners don't focus for Firefox or they use like WebP images that are not supported in some browsers. So that can also slow down your website. So my major important factor will be try to use all the factors and keep in mind like these particular things or these particular files are only supported for these particular browsers. So you need to focus on them. So if you are a web developer, you need to focus on this point, else you can skip that. But make sure you don't install too many plugins. Plugins are important factor for WordPress. So what actually happens is you start installing too many plugins just to make your website beautiful or just to make your website functionality more proper. The load of that plugin, JavaScript and CSS are quite high. So that actually make your website slow. Next important factor is images. Yes, I agree. Even if you are e-commerce, even if you have a blog, even if you have some other photography, portfolio, gallery, anything, image load is the highest load a website take. Even if I talk for my website, I have more than 10 images on that single page. So you should have your image optimized, you should have your image compressed. So that is one important factor because I think that nowadays there are good compression algorithms that are available for free to optimize your image. Next important is your theme. You can call it that front end. So if you are working with any other language, like you are working with Angular, React, with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, so you understand my point. So this is mainly for front end. If you are working with WordPress, that will be your theme. So you need to select a particular well optimized theme. There are many free themes available, but the problem with free themes are some are optimized, some are not optimized. There are null theme available. So null theme means it's a copy of original theme. So if some theme is available for $59, suppose, so what user do is they copy a theme and launch a null theme, and that null theme is available for free. So these themes are not optimized. These themes have high risks for hacking and other thing also. Next thing is your improper coding. So if you have HTML that is improperly structured, you have JavaScript in your header or your CSS in your footer, that actually create your website a lot more slower than anything else, because JavaScript should be loaded at the footer, that is at the bottom of the page. All the script that you have should be at the bottom of the page, otherwise it will cause render blocking. So suppose this is your page. What the first thing server do is it read all your HTML structure. So what happen is, if JavaScript is at initial of your HTML structure, so while started reading for your that particular page, they will have JavaScript, and that will cause a breakdown for HTML. Once they load that particular JavaScript, they will again start. So that should not happen. All the JavaScript files should be below the fold, that is the viewing screen. So it should be at the bottom or at the footer. That is recommended by developers, by SEO expert, by everyone in the industry. So this is the problem that we were discussing, and I will take an example with the server and with our website and everything else that will be much beneficial. So other than Google, why you should optimize your website and increase its page speed, we will be talking about this in the next lecture.